Nobody is watching, so I can talk however I like. You know, that's a type of freedom I can get as a creator. I'm a small content creator. Small means very few views and subscribers. That is a good thing to me because I can truly be myself without worrying about people's opinions. I can imagine myself getting millions of views still expressing myself freely. Not about everything, but mostly I can express myself authentically because I'm a stand up guy. I have nothing to hide. I live my life with dignity. I have the utmost respect for myself. And I don't do this for, you know, benefiting. I don't know, man. I don't have an agenda behind this. I don't have a, like, if I do this, if I say this, and I can get more popular, I get more support. Maybe I am. Maybe, being authentic, expressing myself this way can definitely attract more people like me to watch my videos, to get that support, because I lead by example. If I can express myself like this and people watch this and support and get some help from this, then others can do the same thing in other ways, creatively. And speaking, I think it is definitely a underestimated thing. People know that speaking is power, but you might not consider speaking as a form of art. But to me, living life is art. Art is limitless. As long as you are authentic and you're expressing yourself in whatever format, it is art. So, being an artist, I have lots of pride. I have a big ego that I claim to be authentic all the time. But am I really authentic? Sometimes I don't even know. How can I be truly authentic? Because so many ideas scattered around just passing my mind, and I can barely grasp the entire picture of what's going on in my life. I can only pick one small fraction of what happened and what mattered, what affected me the most, and use it as an object to express myself, as a topic, as a prompt. So I just did some dishes because I needed some rest. I want to give my eyes some rest. Anything involves my eyes, I want to just take a break from it. Just mainly checking my phone, editing more videos, writing journals. I really wish I can figure out a way to journal without looking at the screen. I mean, I can write with a pen, but it's just not so, what's the word? Stimulating. I can't find much motivation because it's very hard to share and document. I have a few notebooks that I actually finished writing the entire notebook, but I can look at it, I can read it whenever I want, but some years down the road, I might lose it. It's inevitable. It's a physical object and it's going to dissolve. sooner or later. But I believe this kind of format, this video and digital journal can be saved for as long as the civilization exists, I hope. Um, I do expect people to watch my videos, read my journals, just tune in to my thoughts, because I think I am doing something unique. I am being of a service to the world in my way. I want to share my stories because it is unique. I'm a Chinese guy born and raised in a small city called Xiangtan and moved to US at the age of 19 and came back to China at the age of 25, and I lived in China for the past 4 years. Yeah, I've been changing a lot, you know. But in some things I never changed, like how I stayed consistent with many routines. That didn't change. How I wanted to define the meaning of my life, I think that didn't change. But how I exactly view different things in life, that probably changed quite a bit. And I was thinking earlier, it's such a struggle for me because my mind has changed so much, which means I have become a different person multiple times. So when I just, go back to my old friends, it's naturally difficult for us to connect and have an eye-to-eye conversation. I don't know what's the problem. Like, am I being just self-deceptional? Am I being cocky that I thought I was, what's the word? Like, better than others or more prestigious or more authentic? I don't know. Like, I have so much judgment for my friends, it's really difficult for me to make lots of friends and stay connected, especially here in this city, or just most cities in the world, because of the background, the cultural, the religion, or the worldviews, the values that has been passed down. But it's complicated. Like, I am not saying like I have this specific set of beliefs that can define me. As I said, I have changed so much. Whatever I believed has been different. So I can't say I'm a certain type of people, but I chose to stay loosely believed in many things. Does that sound right? I don't know. I don't even know what do I exactly mean by that. Like, a few months back, after I decided to visit Africa for the first time, my goal of content creation, my intentions of putting out videos became different. I wanted to use all my content to get views and monetized eventually, because I got so tired of living off my parents. I got tired of explaining myself that I'm playing this long game and I have the ultimate faith in myself that I can support myself financially one day. It just takes a bit more time. I'm tired of explaining that. They don't see it. I do see it. If I don't see that, if I don't believe that I can support myself financially with what I do, with all this content I put out, I would quit a long time ago. Right? Or maybe even I wouldn't be monetized. Like eventually I wouldn't be monetized. I can't find ways to support myself. I wouldn't regret, because it's like an experiment for me. I believed in dream. I believed in myself. I believed in manifestation. I believed in all these good things I learned from great people. I want to experiment on myself that if these things work or not. If all this great wisdom, knowledge I learned from books are practical or not. Right? I'm talking about like being consistent, just show up, do it badly, trust the process, believe in yourself and your dream. We all can achieve any dream if we put our mind into, we can set our mind to, we can achieve anything. No human is limited. All these great teachings I learned from my idols, are they really true? Am I practicing all these beliefs? I think so. I think I am. I've been very consistent, and I just showed up every day in front of a camera. I recorded a video and tried to express myself freely and authentically, but honestly, I didn't give myself like a grand space to express myself like what I'm doing right now. Like I feel like this particular video, I think I have unlocked the higher level of skill level, like if that makes sense, because I am not on a schedule. Like I'm not rushing. I'm not going to just get it done. I allow myself to be free. The first word I say to myself, nobody's watching, something like that, so I can talk however I like. That is a great message. If no one is watching, if no one is listening, what's the point of being nervous? What's the point of worrying about if this makes sense or not? What's the point of being embarrassed? What's the point of thinking? What's the point of thinking so much? All right, so that's why I feel like I'm in a good zone. I'm in a good zone, good mental state, and I can express myself really comfortably. So I think I should just adopt this mentality more often when I record videos. I just give myself a permission that you now can express yourself freely. There's no right or wrong, all right? There's no good or bad. You are being authentic. You are expressing from your heart, even though sometimes you get, illusioned by your ego, the false self. Oh, I have this opinion, I have this idea, which comes from the ego, and you don't necessarily believe in it. You just say it because it sounds cool, it sounds good, it might attract a few views. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm going to record more videos just like this, even no one is watching. I hope this helps. I hope this helps someone to understand why I've been so consistent why can I express myself like this, and what is the meaning of expressing myself like this. I mentioned in my last video, it's a great way of reflection. You're talking to yourself like this, you speaking to yourself like this, you're reflecting, you're thinking in words, in loud voices. You hear yourself. If this is a true unfiltered self conversation, what would you talk to yourself? How you feel? What would you want to tell yourself? Something like that. I definitely have so much more. I would comfort myself more because I still feel that, discomfort and just stress and unhappiness in general. I feel that unhappiness right now in me because I'm disconnected from others. I stayed in my room for the entire day and I don't have any plans for later. I mean, one friend asked me to join him for Athbas, but I don't want to drive in the evening, and because I sleep early, I don't have many hours left like for this day. I'd rather just take it slow and just rest at home instead of just make an effort to travel to a different city and just coming back in 2 hours. Like, it's too much. However, I understand social connection is important, and sometimes you don't feel like taking the pills just for your health. Just take the pills, taking the pills. It's a metaphor, of course. Social connection is a pill. We are all social animals. We need that pill. People have different doses. Sometimes I have a high dose, and sometimes if I achieve a lot, if I have things to work on, if I feel, good about myself, if I have very peaceful mind, then I don't need that pill. Yeah. When I was in Shenzhen, I struggled so badly, and I wanted to take as many pills as possible without considering if the pill is good or not. Like, I just talk to anyone. I can go to a bar just talking to strangers just to feel alive, and it's kind of sad. Yeah, thinking about those days, I feel compassionate for myself. I have been through something, but people don't get it. Most people think I have so much freedom, I live a comfortable life, I don't have to work, my parents support me financially, I have things to do, I have the freedom to express myself, all that cool shit. But if you really live my life, everybody have different struggle. Once you really live this life, then it will be a completely new perspective for you to judge everything. Yeah, because there's so many details, so many things you don't see behind the screen. Or yeah, and I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to bridge that gap. I want to help my audience, whoever might be crossing this video or in my journal, understand that struggles are shared. It is human. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I've talked for almost 20 minutes. This feels great. I think I probably should record one in Chinese too. Yeah. Alright, see you in my next video. Thanks for being here again. I don't mind if people are watching or not. I just want to take the time to talk to myself authentically and help myself to straighten out my mind. Support myself unconditionally. I love myself unconditionally. I know I've been trying. I know I've worked so hard. I know I deserve peace of mind. I deserve to accomplish my dream. I deserve to be a much bigger platform, millions of followers, and so I can impact people's lives in a positive way. But these are all just my thoughts. If the market doesn't recognize me, then I need to work on things. Yeah, I've just edited a few videos and published them on YouTube. So far, I only got 5 subscribers. After I announced on Instagram, and 68 friends have seen that story, and yet I only got 5 subscribers. I just clearly stated, show me some love, just something like that. Check them out and show me some love with my YouTube channel link. You just click in it and you can subscribe or check my videos and leave a comment or something like that. That didn't happen, so that expectation made me unhappy, and that is understandable. And I also understand people don't have time. People might be in the middle of something, people might be outside with friends or family. They don't have time to do that, and I understand that. I'm that person too. I wouldn't necessarily support all my creator friends. My friends release the music, I wouldn't necessarily listen to it. I wouldn't really invest that time because I have other priorities, right? And I want natural, real subscription from people, from real people in the world, like coming across my videos, yeah, without knowing me. I want that natural subscription. So okay, I shouldn't be discouraged. Anyway, I've talked a lot. I want to record a video in Chinese. See you there.